You can have a glass of wine every night, eat clean, go to the gym, and feel completely fine, all while your liver is quietly destroying itself from the inside. How is that possible? Because the liver is the only organ in your body specifically designed to hide its own damage. It has no pain receptors. It can lose 70% of its function and give you zero symptoms. And by the time you feel anything, the yellowing skin, the swelling, the confusion, you may have already missed the window to stop it. In this video, I'm going to show you why healthy people get liver failure, how your body conceals this damage for decades, and the only way to check your liver before it's too late. The engine you never think about strip. Away the abdominal wall and you find the largest solid organ in the body. A dark reddish-brown mass sitting just under your right rib cage, roughly the size of a football. Early anatomists called it the seat of the soul. Modern medicine calls it the body's chemical processing plant, and that still undersells it. The liver performs over 500 distinct functions. It filters every drop of blood that leaves your gut. It detoxifies alcohol, medications, and metabolic waste. It produces bile to digest fat, manufactures clotting proteins, immune factors, and the cholesterol your brain depends on. It stores glycogen, your emergency fuel reserve. Think of it as the world's most sophisticated water treatment facility, a customs officer, a hormone factory, and a fuel depot, all crammed into one organ. Now here's the terrifying part. This organ has almost no way to signal distress. The misconception that gets people killed. Most people think liver disease is a drinker's disease. They picture the alcoholic with a bloated belly and yellow eyes. They think, I don't drink that much, I eat well, I exercise, I'm fine. That logic is understandable. It is also what kills them, because the fastest growing cause of liver failure in the world right now has nothing to do with alcohol. It's called metabolic associated steatotic liver disease, MASLD. You may know its old name, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it is almost completely silent. How fat destroys a healthy liver. When you eat, your gut sends nutrients directly to the liver through the portal vein. In a healthy liver, cells called hepatocytes process fat efficiently, packaging it up and shipping it out into the bloodstream. The system works beautifully. But when you chronically consume more calories than you burn, especially refined carbohydrates and fructose, your liver gets overwhelmed. It can't export fat fast enough, so it starts storing it inside the hepatocytes themselves. The cells bloat with fat droplets. This is hepatic steatosis, fatty liver, stage 1. And here is the critical misconception. The liver has no pain nerves inside its tissue. You feel nothing. You look healthy. Your blood work may look normal. You can have 30% of your liver cells stuffed with fat and feel absolutely fantastic. The switch that flips. So what turns silent fatty liver into destruction? Inflammation. Think of each fat bloated liver cell like a water balloon, swollen, stretched, unstable. When those cells are stressed by oxidative damage or gut bacteria releasing toxins, they begin to leak. The immune system responds. White blood cells flood in and start attacking. This is NASH, fatty liver with active inflammation. Now the liver is at war with itself. Over years, this chronic battlefield leaves scar tissue behind. Functional liver cells are replaced by stiff, fibrous collagen, like healthy farmland being paved over with concrete. This is fibrosis, progressing through 4 stages. At stages 1 and 2, you still feel nothing. At stage 3, the liver's internal architecture begins to collapse. Blood flow becomes restricted. At stage 4, cirrhosis, the damage is largely irreversible. And it is at this exact stage that symptoms finally arrive. The tragedy? By stage 4, you've already missed 20 years of opportunity to reverse it. The 80% rule. You don't develop symptoms of liver failure until roughly 80 to 90% of capacity is gone. This is evolutionary design. The liver needs a buffer to handle toxin spikes, a bad meal, a gut infection, a medication overdose. That reserve is a feature, but that same feature becomes a death sentence when the damage is slow and chronic. By the time you feel it, there is almost nothing left to save. The other silent killers. Fatty liver isn't the only threat hiding in healthy people. Autoimmune hepatitis. Your immune system mistakes your own liver cells for a foreign invader and attacks them. No metabolic disease, no alcohol history. It strikes women disproportionately, often in their 20s and 30s. The first symptoms, fatigue, joint aches, are almost always blamed on stress or poor sleep. By diagnosis, significant fibrosis may already be present. Drug-induced liver injury. More than 1,000 prescription and over-the-counter substances can damage the liver. Statins, antibiotics, and supplements, particularly herbal ones. The damage doesn't always happen immediately. Your immune system can tolerate something for months or years, then suddenly launch a full attack. Fit, young, health-conscious people who bought supplements at a health food store have needed liver transplants. Natural does not mean safe for the liver. The backup system and why it runs out. The liver is the only solid organ in the human body capable of regenerating from as little as 25% of its original mass. When tissue is lost, remaining cells enlarge and multiply to compensate. Remarkable. But it has limits. When fibrosis spreads faster than regeneration can keep up, compensation fails. And when the regenerating cells themselves begin forming abnormal nodules, that is where hepatocellular carcinoma begins. Liver cancer, not from an external invader, from the liver's own desperate attempt to heal itself. When the dam breaks, when the liver can no longer compensate, failures come in waves. Jaundice, bilirubin floods the bloodstream, skin and eyes turn yellow. Ascites, scar tissue blocks flow through the portal vein. Pressure builds, fluid pours into the abdominal cavity. Some patients gain 30 pounds of fluid in weeks. Hepatic encephalopathy. Ammonia crosses the blood-brain barrier. Patients become confused, disoriented, comatose. Families think they've had a stroke. Variceal bleeding. Blood reroutes through fragile veins in the esophagus. When those veins rupture, the patient can bleed out internally in minutes. These are not symptoms of someone who was sick for years. These are symptoms of a body that hid the damage for decades and then collapsed all at once. Find the fire before the house burns down standard blood work doesn't catch this early enough. ALT and AST, your standard liver enzymes, can be completely normal in the presence of significant fibrosis. They only rise when active inflammation is present. A silently scarring liver looks fine on basic labs. You need better tools. FibroScan, a painless 10-minute scan that measures liver stiffness, a direct proxy for fibrosis. No needles, no radiation. Catches stage 2 fibrosis that blood work misses entirely. FIB4 index, a calculation using your age, ALT, AST, and platelet count. Stratifies your risk in 30 seconds. Almost never ordered in routine physicals. Ask for it. Fasting insulin and HOMA-IR. These predict fatty liver years before imaging shows anything. Most doctors won't order them unless you ask. MRI elastography, the gold standard for staging fibrosis. The most accurate tool we have short of a biopsy. Stop the damage before it starts. Here's what nobody tells you at your annual physical. Fatty liver, the most common and fastest growing form of liver disease, is largely a disease you can engineer your way out of before it begins. 4 levers, simple to understand, hard to execute. Lever 1, crush your insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the engine driving fat into your liver. When your cells stop responding to insulin, your body produces more of it, and high insulin tells the liver to keep storing fat even when it doesn't need to. Get your fasting insulin tested, not just your glucose. A fasting insulin above 10 microinternational units per milliliter is a warning sign even when blood sugar looks normal. Lever 2, cut fructose. Your liver is the only organ that metabolizes fructose. Small amounts from whole fruit are fine. Fiber slows absorption. But fructose from added sugars, high fructose corn syrup, and fruit juice hits the liver like a fire hose. overwhelming its capacity and converting directly to fat. It hides in things that don't taste sweet: salad dressings, bread, protein bars, flavored yogurt. Read labels. Lever 3. Move with intention. Aerobic exercise burns fat already stored in liver cells. Resistance training builds muscle, which acts as a glucose sink, pulling sugar out of circulation before it reaches the liver. You need both, not one or the other. Both. Lever 4. Treat every supplement like it has to clear customs. Because it does. Every pill and powder goes straight to your liver for processing. Green tea extract, kava, high-dose vitamin A, anabolic supplements. These are among the leading causes of drug-induced liver injury in otherwise healthy people. Before adding anything to your routine, check livertox.nih.gov, a free NIH database rating the hepatotoxic risk of thousands of substances. 2 minutes could save your liver. The bottom line: the healthy liver failure is almost always a tragedy of timing, not of fate. The liver spends 20 years absorbing damage in silence, compensating brilliantly, showing you nothing. And then it shows you everything at once. Don't wait for symptoms. They are the last chapter of a story that started decades ago. Control your metabolic health. Know your insulin sensitivity. Know your liver stiffness score. Treat supplements like drugs, because to your liver, they are. Don't guess if you're healthy. The technology exists. Use it. At Body Science, we believe the most dangerous health crisis is the one you never see coming. Your liver isn't asking for attention, but it deserves it. The science is clear, the tools exist, and the window to act is longer than you think. Don't wait for your body to force the conversation. Get informed, get tested, and get ahead of it. Because knowing is always better than guessing, and your liver has been counting on you long before you ever thought to check.